mission. Got Luffy ambition, king of the rappers.
Hey, what's going on, gang? It's Murata Music with 3-piece TCG, big TCG, and 2D. I'm back with that RP Monkey D Luffy. Life at 3. So smash that like button, finger pop that subscribe, turn on the bell, go down in the comments. Let me know what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, what would you be doing differently. Oh yeah, bars. Anyhow, okay guys, so it has been a little bit since we have touched our favorite lead, or let's rephrase that. But anyhow, it's been a little while since we did some RP Luffy. I went into, Journey into Mystery, starring Green Purple Luffy. And yeah, so I wanted to bring it back because I felt like I figured that deck out. I feel like that if I run a tournament tomorrow, Green Purple Luffy, I know my 50 and I'm ready, right? Well, RP Luffy has always been one that I was just wanting to tweak more and more and more and more. And on my free time between, the last time you guys see me and now, I was supposed to be in this last week's Treasure Cup, and I was going to bring Red Purple Luffy because I feel like I figured it out. So let's get into the list. Now, again, you are starting to see that everybody's got these cards. The ratios are a little different. Some cards are a little different. So I'm going to try and imagine what is different about mine. And I can tell you that we don't have Whitebeard right now, okay? Haven't been missing Whitebeard either, which is odd to me because I felt like Whitebeard was a piece that you had to have to, secure yourself and take yourself over to the next round. It's like a pit stop. It's like shut shit down for a second, all that stuff. But anyways, much more in favor of Monkey D. Luffy 9-drop because it's a 9 for 10. You draw a card, which is big for this leader, and you get to swing that same turn. We want Shanks. If we can pair Shanks with Captain Kidd, if we can pair Shanks with Brook the turn before, you have characters that are going to be returning Dawn each turn when attacking, and then allowing you to play that Shanks the same turn, and then at least have one Dawn open for Gum Gum Giant. That's huge. I guess one of my spicy spices is Ben Beckman. Now, Ben Beckman, I could see running at 3. These Onamis, this little blocker suite, I got 2 and 2. I'm trying to figure out which one I like more. But, they come into play later on. Why? Because Onami doesn't happen until you get 8 Dawn. Queen doesn't, you don't want Queen to happen until you have a plethora of Dawn, right? So that you can just use your leader's ability and gain 1 back. So I'm thinking maybe 3 of one of these and give me another Ben Beckman. Ben Beckman. I can't say his name 3 times fast. This trash a character with up to 6,000 or less power is huge, so it even works with Brook, where if let's say you're going up against a Bonney 8k kid, cool, you swing with Brook and then you play Ben Beckman, that kid's gone, you know what I'm saying, which is crazy. So there's just a lot of synergy that happens here. I am also running 2 of the Monkey D. Luffy because I have gone up against guys at locals. Tyler, I was playing against Tyler with my Lucci, and after weathering the storm and starting off with 3 Luccis in hand, you know what I mean, like the trashiest fucking hand ever. Thought I weathered the storm. I thought I was about to bring it back in and win. I didn't play 1 Gecko, which is crazy. Because he already played out a Luffy, and it came down to, he either got a rush card or that's it. Well, he had another 10-drop Luffy, and I was like, damn. Anyhow, I feel like 10-drop Luffy just really does swing it for you in different circumstances. However, unfortunately, on the sim right now, our leader's ability does not work once you play Luffy. So I do not understand what's going on. It's just not working when your field has 0 Dawn. It works for 8 or more, or the leader would be just unplayable right now. But anyhow, as with anything, I got, we've got some matches we're going to go over, and against all kinds of leaders. And what this is about is showing you the lines of play. That's what these videos, I feel like people should be taking away from videos, is the lines of play, and the variables are our opponents and what we actually draw, right? So that's what I want you guys to like take away from these videos, every video, and see if you're getting that quality. Because one, if your deck is consistent, your deck is the control, right? So that is the whole point. Once you have a good enough deck, it should be controlled, that you know, what am I doing turn 1, what am I doing turn 2, what am I doing turn fucking 3, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing? I want to know what I'm doing each turn, and I want to see it fairly consistent. This is what separates a top tier deck, a great deck, from cope heads, because the cope heads decks, they're fun, but it's when all the stars align. When decks like this, in my opinion, and especially green purple Luffy, the stars are always aligning. So it's really gonna come down. It's so tight, it's so airtight, as airtight as a card game can get. It's gonna really come down to what opponent you see and what your opponent draws, because you know what you're gonna do, and that's crazy to be able to say in a card game. So I don't think we're as consistent with this list. Like, I don't think it's as airtight, but we're getting there. I mean, we've got 4, 8, 10 cards that ramp us. So if we're going second, we've got a pretty good chance to see one of these cards go in second. We also really like to go first because we like to bust people up, because we also got to see Nami into Zoro. So, you know, just different things. But I'm going to show you guys even better than I can tell you. Oh, also, I rock with the Gum Gum Gatlings. And the reason why is, one, it helps with the bricks. And I've got 4, 7, 10, 12, 14, 18, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Bricks, and not just that, but man, you catch one of these off trigger, of course, it's like, it's your birthday. You know, same thing with this card here, Lead Performer Disaster. Guys, this is a STO4, starter deck 4 card. Draw 1 card, then add 1 Dawn from your deck, and, you know, triggers the same. It's a great card. It's a great card. So, anywho, let's go ahead and get into these games. Very competitive, very fun games. It's gonna be cool. Oh, and also, February 21st is when I started the channel. I just realized this shit. So yeah. I think I might be going live. We'll see about going live. It looks like that will be a Friday. I don't think I'm working. We'll see if I can stay off. And yeah, I'll probably bust open the rest of my case with you guys. And you know, we'll just talk shop, talk shit, whatever comes up in the chat, we'll talk about. And yeah, so mark your calendars, or tell me what day in the comments you're available, and if it's a Friday or Saturday, maybe we'll just do that. Let's get in these videos. Alright gang, so we're gonna start things off with the Dofy Dofster. I just got out of Dressrosa watching in the anime, so this is very on brand right now. Anyhow, I was told by a comment in the one of my videos that, like, it's so hard to go against Dofy, and I feel him. I told him how going second is best in my opinion. And anyways, we're about to show what those lines of plays look like. Now, this video is getting ahead of me, so I had to stop it real quick. But yeah, so I chose second. I mulliganed into this not good hand, and I just drew into a Luffy, and now I'm playing out my Searcher. Okay, so with the Searcher, I'm able to grab Zoro, but you know, the thing about searching with Nami going second and you don't have a Zoro already, I mean, you can't grab a Bond Clay, you can't grab a Disaster, you know, you can't grab any of those. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and counter 2 out right there. There's no reason to go down to 2 life already, God bless. We're going to swing 7, we're going to play out Zoro, and we're going to praise sticks, you know what I mean? Sengoku is what they searching out. I was trying to find out what this Sengoku was searching. So they find them a Boa Hancock. And they're just doing a little skill check, trying to see if I'm going to give them a card for free. Not going to happen, Jack. And now let's see what they got. They got Jinbei, they got Law, they put a Searcher back in their hand, and they put Zoro back in mine. Now I'm at 6 Dawn. And the cool thing is I did draw into a Bond Clay, so I can play out Bond Clay and, you know, ramp. And it looks like I will do just that. And now I'm in a place where I can swing 5 and 6, or I can swing 9. I'm thinking about just swinging 5 and 6, just to pester them. Hey, you got to give me a card. Hey, you got to give me a card, kind of deal. And they actually take the other life, so they're down to 3, and that's no problem doing that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They've got the life to give. They got 5 lives. So, anyways, looks like they're at 7 Dawn now, and man, another Jinbei, another Jinbei and Boa. Now, so far, guys, hey, this is looking like this is their game, right? This is their game. This is what they want to happen. We're the ones that have got to answer this puzzle, okay? So they're swinging 6. I'm gonna give them Zoro. I'm not ramping for the rest of the game. Spoiler alert, right? I can give him a 2K. I can take a hit. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna give him that. Yeah, I'll take that hit. Okay, so now we can go to 10, and I can play Kid out, make us a 7-cost leader. Now this is what I was thinking. So we've got 2 targets. We've got 2 targets, and I forget if I've already said this, but when you're playing against Dofi, with other decks, with other leaders, typically, if like 4-life leader, rush them down to the ground, right? You want to rush them down. And then, like, even if you're going against Lucci, you want to rush them down because their late game is better than yours, right? The longer they stick around, whatever, right? With Dofi, it's a little different. It's actually a lot different because with Dofi, you want to eliminate that board. You want to eliminate that board, and then when they ain't got no board, they ain't got no cards, it's kind of like Nami. Then you start going for life because they have no more resources. You know, I'm a firefighter, right? So fires need heat, fuel, and air to burn, right? So to combust. So if we take out the air, their fire's out. You take out the fuel, fire's out. You take out the fucking. I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, if you guys hear the neighbors banging away, they're not trying to have another kid. It's people working on the roof. Anyways, so yes, we are trying to snuff them out. And I'm going to swing 2 over here. And you're either going to 6 cards and you did not protect your boa. Cool. You might not protect him either. They didn't protect him either. Sorry about that rant, gang. But that's how you got to look at it when you're going against Dofi. Because you swing at their life, you go just for life, they're going to get you. They're going to get you like every time. Almost no matter who you are. Okay, so they're playing out of Edward Weeble. And I mean, their board can't be any better than it is right now. So now it is time for them to start swinging at us. As a Dofi player, you got to know when to transition from building your board to giving those cards to your characters and swinging. So they're going to do that, and they did get 2 cards out of our hand and 1 off of our field. And so now the way I'm looking at it right here, y'all remember I've been talking about Ben Beckman. Watch this. They got 5 cards on the field. Ben Beckman gets rid of Boa Hancock. Now, they didn't have Dawn last. They didn't have counter last time to protect. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to swing there. What do you know? I think I can give him 1 more and just swing. Yeah. Let's swing 9. And yeah, just swung 9 here. So anyways, I'm going to swing 9 there. And they go from 5 characters on board to 2 characters on board in 1 fell swoop, thanks to Ben Beckman and, their lack of having counter. So I'm actually interested at this point, smelling a little bit of blood, because they got 7 cards in hand, but they weren't able to protect anything. Now, the turn before would probably have been their turn to protect cards, because this turn with these big swings, it was going to be a lot tougher. Especially because Ben Beckman removed Boa Hancock, so we were swinging into 5s. They reveal and draw buggy. That's not a problem for me. And they're going to swing 14 here. So I'm actually thinking I want to keep my guy alive, believe it or not. So I'm going to get rid of the Rush Luffy, and we draw into Shanks. Now that's going to be huge moving forward, because they just forfeited their turn for swinging at me, right? Now I'm going to play out Shanks. I'm going to use Homeboy's ability. We get to get 1 back. We've got 2 2Ks in hand. We get to swing 7. We get to swing 7. And we get to swing 12. And let's see what they got. Okay. See, now they're giving us the counter. Yeah. Now, let's see. What are they going to do to attack us? They've got 2 attackers, and I feel like it's just going to be a little too late because Homeboy's a 4. This is a 5. If you want to put all 10 of your Dawn into your leader, you can swing here, and I will still block out with 2Ks because that'd make them 16. So there's nothing you can do about that. They played 2 Edward Weevils, and I think that's just them punting the game. I think this is over because there's nothing you can do. Yeah. There's nothing you can do. And GGs are exchanged. Anyhow, yeah. I mean, I would have been able to draw another card off of that live, but it would have been useless. But outside of that, this is the board you want to see when you're going up against a Dofi. Also, that Brook would have helped out a lot. There's times where I could just swing in minus 2K everything and all that stuff. But yeah, that was pretty much that. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. All right. Okay, so we got ourselves a, what was my opening hand? Okay, yeah, they chose to go first. We're going second, and we got ourselves some ramp. We're going against Zoro. Zoro has actually been a tough matchup for Luffy in the past. That's definitely pre-Gum Gum Giant. They were able to just go wide and just keep pelting us, and we just did not have enough cards. I feel different about that these days, but let's see how I feel in this matchup, right? So 7, I'm going to give you a 2K. I don't need to turn anybody sideways typically in this matchup. So there we go. I'm going to swing 7 at the face. And typically we're only swinging at face if they don't have a board. This is another matchup where you want to like finish your plate, right? You don't want to go straight for dessert being the face. You want to finish that plate. So, I mean, just like that, Homeboy's able to fucking swing 7 at me, dog. God, I might just, I do take that, and I can give you a Zoro draw for that because I don't need a ramp anymore. We're at 7. I'm going to be able to play Kid. It's looking good right now. So establishing Kid and having a Shanks in hand is paramount. Plus, they give us that, but they're not going to give us the 2 of their 3 cards. You see how, like, they even played Nami's, and they're still that low on cards already. So now it's like Uno reverse. Now they're the ones that are low on cards, and they're just throwing everything at us, praying it'll stick. I would not have done that, actually. I would have swung with Nami at. Yeah, that was a poor decision. That was a very poor decision. I didn't realize that back then. I guess they're keeping 2 up for that event, though. But even still. Anyways, okay, so we are at 9 Dawn. We can just play out Ben Beckman and KO Zoro. We can Yasop and go up 1K. So we're going to do that. I don't think I used my leader's ability yet. Yeah, you better use that leader ability, dog. Please don't. Oh, I guess it did. So anyways, we're going to swing 8 again, and they take. And they're back to 6 cards, feeling healthy. And they're playing Monkey D Dragon Dog. Okay, and they're searching. Okay. So Zoro's back in the game just like that, swinging 7 out of 8. I don't know what that's about, but you didn't have a choice anyways. And they don't want to swing the dragon because they don't want me to get rid of the dragon, is what I'm assuming. But that's going to happen either way, Jack. And just like that, we've kind of taken over the game. Let's see. So now we're swinging 7 at them. Okay, they give us the counter. I'm going to use that. There we go. Swinging 7 at them. 7 into 3 cards is rough. 12 into 4 cards, you're giving me that. And I think that's the game. That's the game. They play another dragon. I mean, they got to go for game, I guess. Is what's happening is they got to go for game. Everybody's back to their normal. And so I can give them a 2K for that. Or I can like allow them to hit and just like kind of come with it and bait them into doing that and not leaving anything else up. That's a little jutsu we do. That's a little hockey move because now they're going to swing 10 and they're going to swing 9 and we got 9 covered. So that's fine. And then we drew in the Gum Gum Giant. and I don't even need Gum Gum Giant. I give them that, and that's the game. Game's over. You know what I'm saying? So, GG, boss. They concede and they disconnect. It can get a little dicier, it can get a little hairier going against Zoro than that. But I mean, you were able to see our lines of play and what we're swinging into and how we're taking care of the board. And again, kind of fairly consistent. Okay, so the jewelry Bonney, Mommy Bonney. This is a leader that we hate. Okay, so we got, they chose second, we're going first. This is our hand, we kept it, and we're definitely drawing Zoro out of the bunch, even over Gum Gum, right? Because we really need a ramp. Now, in the past, I've played against Bonney with this list, and my Brook completely shut their kid down, dude, because even if you block out with, you know, Don Quixote, Rosinante, dude, your kid being 6K and I got nothing but big swingers on the field, it's not gonna be good for you, dog. Not good at all. So anyways, I'm able to ramp, play Yasop, and I've got some pieces in my puzzle already. This is a card that we want to play early and often and just pelt them with. We want to pelt them with this card. So as you can see, I'm like, do I play Kid or the man? I want to play this guy and I want to swing. So I actually play them out first, swing with them first, and they're gonna, you know, it's the same difference. They're gonna put somebody sideways, and then I'm gonna get another swing. So I want 2 swings a turn if possible. My wife just shared a video. It's getting real, okay? Now they're playing out 2 searchers. They got a Bonney and a Cavendish. They're swinging there, and I don't want him to go. I want to keep those swings on the field, Jack. Okay, so they still got 1 Dawn up, and I'm going to, yeah. I'm going to swing 10. They're going to block. Cool. I'm going to swing a jewelry. They're going to let that go. I need to get these jewelries, these searchers, I need to get them off the field stat. And unfortunately, there goes all of my swings. I play out Nami to get a blocker and to search 2 more cards. I mean, we're trying to keep these searches coming. We're trying to keep these bigs coming. Let go of that, no problem. They play their second biggest stick now that they have Shanks. But so I'm playing that out, and how are we going to play there? Yeah, I could also have played out Bon Clay over Onami, but that's crazy. Anyway, so we do that. We got 2 Dawn up. We got an 8K leader, which we are not complaining about. And let's see what they can do. So even if they drop well, they wouldn't want to drop a horny-ass Jones because they don't want to go down to 0 life just to turn Nami and 1 Dawn sideways, and I still have 1 Dawn up. So they're going to swing there. I'm going to block with Nami. I can give them that Bond Clay there, and everybody's still alive. Okay, so they still got 1 Dawn up, and I have to understand that that's going to happen. So I'm going to swing 10 there, and the reason I'm swinging 10 and not 8 is just because, 1, I know they're going to block. All these things are going to happen anyways, and I'm just thinking, hang on, this is going a little too fast. I wanted to be able to get that thought out. So I could have swung there, and I could have gotten, you know, an 8K leader again, and maybe that was the move to do. However, what I was thinking about at that time was I want to swing so high that you're either going to block or you cannot counter out, and you got to give me that life. I'm trying to get them down to 0 life as soon as possible. That's why I did that. So anyways, swing an 8. And there we go. And now I'm going to swing. I'm thinking about it. I put it all on there. Put it all on there. We've got a 0 life leader just like that. Sorry, video messed up. Okay, so they play out Kid. And yeah. Okay, so they're swinging here. And I will let that go. And the reason I'm down to let that go is because that's a 6K attacker. I'd rather save my counter for my big, because so they're swinging there, and that would be a big I can protect, but I will let that go because we still have this one. So they swing here and they freeze this, and that kind of sucks. I didn't think about that one. You got me, partner. Okay, so right here we can go defensive and we can play this out, And we can swing with this and swing with this and swing. Well, actually, we can't swing with both because we know that they got that. And I'm like, yo, you know what, man? I still got 3 life. I'm going to get the big. Give me the big one. That's right, dog. So we're going to grab him. And they already know what time it is. We're swinging 8. We're swinging 2 over, excuse me. They give us that. Cool. I'm going to put 1 back. I'm going to gain a Rest of Dawn. And I'm going to swing 10 into them again. Now, at this point, I'm feeling like I need to let them know, hey, I just drew a Gum Gum Giant because I need them to be a little scary at this point. They play out a Baby 9. Also, unfortunate for them that they didn't get to play out a card with their kid. But, I mean, they already played 2 Doflamingos or 2 Don Quixotes. So they get out the OP04. Okay, now we're big city hooping. I need to block that out, I think. Or do I let that go? That's tough. That's tough. I got the counter in hand, and so it looks like I'm going to block that one out. They got to let that go. And what sucks is they can get rid of another one if they want to. Yeah, and they do. Okay, so here we are. Barbecue sauce all over my titties. And I can play Shanks and then swing with Shanks. Here's my lines of play. I got so aggressive so fast I couldn't explain it. So I was thinking just right now, he's at 8. I can play this, be at 7, okay? And then I don't think he'd counter out, but he's going to turn this one sideways. And then I don't got nothing to attack with. Then they can attack with everything. So what I say is based on how way they've been countering, okay? I'm going to swing 12 here and see what happens. I swing 12, they put my leader sideways, and they don't have it. And it was kind of weird that they wasted their Dawn like that, but like they didn't have it either way is what they, I guess. I've been noticing people are like, they do that just to like kind of show you how many counters they had, and I'm counting out the counter and realizing that they wouldn't have had enough because they had this and this and that, and I was going to swing with 10, so that wasn't going to cut the mustard. But anyhow, I was very surprised I was able to pull that off without Brooke, but there we go. You got to get those 9s out there, and you got to start swinging, daddy. All right, next one. Blackbeard. Everybody's worried about Blackbeard. Okay, so that was my... I chose to go second. And I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this because that's a win attacking. That's rush. You know what I'm saying? I got some gum. No ramp. No drinks. Can't do it. We draw into another Shanks. Definitely not helping our calls. But... in a world where we draw a Bond Clay and they do not, okay, so we got Zoro, not bad. I would have rather Bond Clayed since they didn't black hole us. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't think that Zoro's gonna make it. He's already got Lafferty Daniels and Doc Q. Him playing out 2 cards also kind of helps our calls and makes it a lot more uncomfortable for them to black hole us. But to their defense, I mean, you've got the cards to play, and that's what's going to help mitigate a lot of the early game shenanigans. Then go for it, right? Doc Q is also going to turn sideways, eventually pop something, and then replace itself when I swing into it because I have to, right? So, and same thing with Lafferty Daniels. They're not going to draw a card, but they'll draw a card by going sideways. So anyways, I don't think this is... We need to speed this one up. Yeah, homeboy's chilling, dog. Yeah, give me that 1.5, dog. Anyways, what do we got? Got him out of there. Liberation, baby. Didn't even turn a card sideways. I think Lafferty Daniels is going sideways. Yeah. Okay. So Lafferty Daniels, sideways. Hachinosu, they got the honeycomb. All right, and you can't swing at me, so I am safe. My turn. Oh, they're still placing cards at the bottom of the deck. Okay, take your time. No rush. Okay, perfect. Now I have been black holed for the first time. Swinging 6 into 1. No wonder where that's going. And I establish Brooke. Now, Brook is a card that is a perfect swing over our opponent's leader and the majority of the leaders in the cast, or in the meta especially. And so that's going to be something they're going to have to deal with. They play out their honeycomb, and no doubt they're going to activate it and see what they can get. Now, they're at 5 cards in hand. We're not tripping on that. So we are at 6. We're going 8 next turn, 9. So you can bet your buns that we're going to be playing our Luffy, which unfortunately will not gain rush if they black hole us, because his rush is an on play, has an on play stipulation. I'd have to return a Dawn. So they play out that Jesus Burger, and that's just a single patty Jesus Burger, so it's not the worst. They're going to swing 7 at our heads. I think we could take it. Yeah, we could take it. And okay, the reason why I'm taking that is just to save that counter for my bigs when they go sideways. I'm just, you know, a little worrywart like that. They go down to 3 cards though, and I'm thinking, dude, do I also want to play 2 Bond Clays? You know what I mean? But I'm like, I'm gonna play Luffy now. I'm gonna swing 6. I'm gonna swing 7. And then I got Shanks for the next turn, and I'm doing all of this before they get to touch 10 Dawn. Now, you remember how I was talking about they played out those 2 cards, and they've been black holing me. They've black holed me a couple turns now, and that Doc Q hasn't got anything for them yet. And sometimes them's is the breaks. Doc Q won't do a damn thing for you. They liberate, or no, they trash liberation. And let's see what they're going to do with it. Okay, they draw This Is My Age. Definitely going to want to spin This Is My Age. They got a big teach, which they will be playing next round. Kind of not worried about it, to be honest with you, because I know what I'm going to do next round. I'm going to put that pressure. Okay, so they got a double meat Jesus Burger, serving it up hot. And yeah, 12 and 7. I'm going to have to let that one go, Jack. That sucked. That sucked to let that go. But, I mean, we got bigger fish. Now, if I was able to save that card, holy moly, that would have been damn near the end of the game. I don't want to go down to 1 life. And I doubt they're going to allow me to do on-play abilities, so I get rid of Nami. Now, here's a little bit of a dicey dice, because they've got 3 cards in hand. I know one of them is a 0 counter, right? And I don't have a Gum Giant. And so now they're in a position either way where they cannot attack either one of my bigs if they play their blocker out. So I'm going to go ahead and just swing 6 in them, check their temperature. Put the thermometer in their mouth, see what's going on. It's going to cost 2 cards, a 2K or 2 cards in their hand. I know one of them is a brick. They take it. Swing 10. Oh, the game's over? I didn't know the game was already over. My bad. And so now they play out their big, and it's like, okay, they got 6 cards in hand, which ain't bad at all. You're going to swing 7 in my face, I'm assuming, because you need to get me the F out of here too, dog. Okay, so they drew another blocker teach, and we're going to see how this happens. So now their Jesus Burger is a triple meat Jesus Burger. I gotta take it. There's nothing I can do about that. And it is looking a little dicey. They do the skill check, and I am thinking to myself, okay, what are we gonna do? I think I'm just gonna drop another Shanks actually, and swing for game. And so the thing is that you block with 12, but do you have enough, right? So you can have a 12K blocker, but that blocks 1. You got no life. Do you have enough cards in hand? Do you have enough counter in hand? So we're about to check that counter in hand. And if they turn this teach sideways, then I can just swing 16 at them, and that's it. So they give me all of that. Cool. And I should know this, that one of their guys is a brick anyways, right? Because they drew into that teach. So I hope I remember that. That's right. Swing at them. And they got to block a 6 with 12. Yeah. And that's the game. Because now I'm going to play out Shanks and swing at that. So, you know, this came down to going hardly going wide. And just keeping keeping track of what's in your opponent's hand. You know, don't get flustered. Understand what you're trying to do. Understand what they're going to do. And I mean, that was fairly, again, these are consistent lines of play in my opinion. Going against the black and yeller killer feller. Okay, so I chose to go first. This is the life I chose, and I'm definitely choosing 9-drop Luffy. In my opinion, you win this game by slowly doing the thing, making them take their own life, ramping, and then playing out 9-drop Luffy always. Always. Just continuous 9-drop Luffy. He requires a 2K out of their hand should they want to block each and every time. If you can sprinkle some Shanks in there, that's great. If you get a kid in there, that's great. But this Luffy is going to draw you a card and push your agenda. Now, I was really worried that they were going to use Hiyori and do that Luffy thing, the Rocket Luffy, to get rid of Zoro, but they don't have it. I look at their trash, I remember, and I know they have fucking everything, but they didn't have that. Okay, cool. So I can swing into them for free with Zoro and just go up, and then I can ramp with Bonney. And I was thinking, oh, well, do I also want to swing at him? Nah, we ain't gonna swing at him. We're not gonna swing. Calling that a day. We don't want to play out Zoro. We want the counter in our hand. So just call it a day. It's best for them to spend 2 more 2Ks from their hand going down in their life, turboing down their life. Because if they want to awaken, cool. There we go. 1 more 2K down. What are they putting on top? Okay. They get the Luffy. They get the Rocket Luffy a turn later than they probably would have wanted. I would imagine getting rid of Bonney, yes. And now they got 2 more Dawn, and I don't think they do anything with it. And unfortunately, we're not wide enough yet to, punish them for this turn. So, we're going to let that ride. We're also not a deck that, yeah, look, he's got every piece he needs. We're also not a deck that pops anything, so... yeah, they can play out their littles, and that's that. For that, I go ahead and take, actually. I take my first hit. And I go up to 9. And now, I'm at a position where it's like, okay, cool. I can swing 7, see if he takes. And if he takes, I can play out this 10 and punish him for it. So I swing 7, and let's see if he bites. He does not bite. Because he's like, yo, you still got 9 Dawn. And I don't blame him. But look at the difference in hand size right now that they would have had. They would have all these in hand if we just wanted to rush them down, because we know that we got the, the bigs that can do it and we can ramp. So that's why I still starve Black Yellow Luffy with RP Luffy. Okay, so the world is all but their oyster. They have 8 Dawn. They have a little out. They don't know what this card is. That's the problem. Is they don't know what it is. They play out a flampe. They go to 6 cards in hand. I'm feeling pretty daggum good, though, I'll tell you what. Because even though he has every piece he needs in here, and he already has a Sabo out, we already got our big here. If this big survives, and it will, I can play out a blocker to further protect that big. And then it's a time game. I'd have to draw pretty poorly. And they'd have to see everything they need. I mean, they're going to have to start dropping geckos, which they can't afford to do till next turn anyways. But they'd have to start dropping some geckos and just see some very pivotal plays. Just remember that there's 4 2Ks out here. 4 2Ks out here that did not, they definitely were not planning on being there. Okay, so they get rid of a Raigo. And that Raigo could have been used to KO Luffy for sure. So... that was something to think about. Of course, they wouldn't be able to go into the full, going up to 9K or 7 or what have you. So they do that, and I think this is when I'm going to win the game off of this turn right here, because they do that, and I very easily give them, 5K to block out of that. And now you're a 7K leader. I just draw into a Shanks. And yeah, it's gonna get a little rough. McGruff the crime dog. So I can play Shanks out now, or I can queen. And I'm actually thinking about it because if I queen, I draw 2 more cards and I can swing big here. I don't really need a Shanks to swing into a 7, but you know, having a Shanks and minusing everyone down, I mean, you know. So we go ahead and do that. We're gonna swing 10 into 7. That's gonna require some 2-2Ks, and then you're just flat out not gonna block Shanks. Um, so also just doing boy math, if they have 11 and they swing into here, I've got 3K here. So I'm okay. And then I skill check them to see if they'll give me a card. And in the mad scramble, they don't. They do? They do not. So anyways, so now they're at 10 Dawn. And bro, if they ain't got a gecko, this game is over. Like flat out, this game is over. They got a gecko. It's a chunky. And so they get out gecko, and I'm just like, yo, this is exactly what you want your trash to look like as a black yellow Luffy player. Exactly what you want your trash to look like. However, this is not what you want your opponent's field to look like. As a black yellow Luffy player, especially still having 2 life, because I mean Shanks in particular, minusing them down to 8, I mean, that's taking Gecko and making him just a perfect swing over our leader, which is nuts. So against another leader, yeah, 8 into 5 is still tough, but 8 into 6, it's tough, but it's, you know, nothing crazy. Okay, so they're gonna go the 2 blocker route, and I can't blame them. And they're definitely looking to, you know, cycle through their deck and find some more geckos and just keep that going, because my cards are bigger than Gecko, and so far right now I can block out against their leader. I'm not as concerned as I otherwise would be. So yeah. So all the sabos are there, and even if they had that many cards in hand, it wouldn't be too. Well, no, it would actually be kind of tough. But the fact that they got to pitch 2 of them, cool. They get rid of Kuzan. They get rid of a Lil, which yeah. So right there, I'm just gonna get rid of those 2. I'm gonna play out a blocker, which is gonna be huge. So we play out a blocker, and because I drew into a Usohachi Miso Horny, I'm really thinking, well, wait a minute. I can give one to him, swing 2, see what they do. If they block out, great. If they use a blocker, great. Because if they use a blocker, I'm going to play Usohachi. I'm going to turn the other blocker sideways, and then I'm going to ram it down with Shanks. So it doesn't look like we're there yet. And I'm really thinking, do I want to do it? Nah, you don't want to do it. Play out the blocker. Call it a day. Get rid of Bon Clay. Now I'm really sitting pretty, because I can swing 9 at him to poke. I could just swing 10, but I'm going to swing 9 at him, it looks like. And they can give me a blocker or a card. They give me a blocker, swing Shanks at him. And they're going to have to give me a blocker for that. Yeah. Okay, so looking back, the reason why I left 2 up was, I guess, I don't know. I guess I was just really worried. But I would have liked to swing 10 just to force a 2K, force them to have a 2K or get rid of both cards in their hand. We'd now see that one of those cards was a Gecko, unless they just drew into it. And so they're playing their second Gecko of the game. And I mean, I think that's probably their second turn at 10 Dawn. So I mean, it's coming down to our deck just moving too fast for Black Yellow Luffy. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring Red Purple Luffy to the Treasure Cup. And while I will be bringing them to the Treasure Cup on the next one, because yeah, dude, Lucci gets bodied by Luffy. Like, there's nothing I can do. But he does do well in the Dofi, and if I can mitigate that Dofi matchup with Red Purple Luffy, and I feel like I'm doing it, I'm just gonna block there. Then I can definitely handle this, and I can handle a lot of other matchups. But anyhow, so they're going to swing there. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take that. No problem at all. And so now I'm just going to swing 11 there. Yeah, well, they concede. They would have played their third Gecko, which they were seeing. This is them playing their game. They had their game. There was no, like, take a crap moment. They did not shit the bed. They did not shit the bed. This deck shit in their bed. This deck took a dump on their chest. That's what happened. Because, I mean, you play Gecko on 10, you play another Gecko, you were going to play another Gecko, you got all these blockers. I mean, that's how you win the game with Black Yellow Luffy. But not against Red Purple Luffy, man. Like, no Diable Jamble needed, no 10 drop needed, 10 drop Luffy, I mean. Like, just homeboy, and eventually other homeboy. We're talking about smoker, the cigar smoker, not the booby smoker. Now, I'm not gonna hold you guys out. I'm gonna let you guys know the truth. Roof. Black is tough. Black is tough. Black is tough. Smoker is tough. Weed is tight, and that's what he's on, bro. So let's see what I can do for this. I choose to go first. And I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. I would love to have seen a Zoro in my opening hand. But there we go. Zoro. So what this is going to come down to is dropping big units fast that can swing immediately and just beating them the F up. And so they do this play. And I'm like, all right, that's not bothering me at all. I can swing here, and I can actually swing 6 here with Zoro, because we really want to get rid of that Brook. That Brook is going to cause so much havoc, more than you can imagine. Just having that 1 extra Dawn minus. So I do that, and now I'm swinging 3 over the Brook, and Brook is gone. So now they're at 6 Dawn, and they're on even, so that does mean they get to play their Gecko on curve, etc. So Tashigi's out. Bro, that card's gone. They're going to be able to go up 1. But luckily, they swing there instead of at our face. We are already ready to throw it out there. Now, I was thinking that I would then backman and get rid of Tashigi. But Tashigi doesn't do anything after on play, or after her first turn. So, anyways, I'm going to swing 6. And I wish I would have swung 7 there. There's no reason to not swing 7. Because, yeah, I have some counter. But I was really worried that they would desperately swing 14 here, and I wouldn't be able to block. Actually, yeah, I would have had 14 on the dot if they swung with Tashigi. So I was really worried about that clapback. And I feel like keeping this, forcing them to have the reduction and then the removal was going to be it. And so you play that out. Oh, you don't have the reduction. And you play that out. Oh, you don't have the removal. Oh, the game is over. I see now. So, right here, I'm looking. I'm like, yo, I got counter. So I'm going to go ahead and play this out. Minus everybody by 1. I'm swinging 6 in the face. And I get a 2K out of their hand. And this is not how the games typically look. Like, bro, I'm not trying to cap. The games, usually they got 11 cards in hand by now. This is important to see that this is how we want our game to go, right? So I got to trash a card in hand. I'm going to get rid of a Brook, yeah, because I'm going to play another Luffy, and we're going to swing at face. You know what I'm saying? And we get our 10 drop Luffy out there. So now I'm going to swing 7, 10, and 10. And so they're going to go down to 1 life because they're not going to have enough counter. I can call that right meow. Even if you have 3, they would have to have 3 2Ks after this next swing for them to be, you know, ready or survive, not take a life. Anyways, so we're swinging 10 now, swinging another 10, and that's pretty much the ball game. Only thing they can do, worst case scenario, they could play a Gecko, and they do. Looks like they do. But it looks like they didn't have an Ice Age, no reduction again, to no removal, and I think that's going to be the story of this game. Well, okay, so you do that, but you would, no, you can't do anything. Yeah, you would have had to play Ice Age first or something like that. Yeah, no, they didn't got it. They ain't got it. But so yeah, against Black, they typically will have it, but in this game they just didn't, and that's okay. But what we like to do is go hard in the taint. I'm going to take this life just cuz, I guess. I'm going to play out Usohachi, Miso Horny, and they're going to have to take big city swings. And if they ain't got that one, they definitely ain't got 17, and that's the game for that. But typically, you just want to stick to your lines and run it down their throat, and they're going to either have it or they're not. I can tell you that Lucci has been a lot easier playing against Lucci than Smoker, so do with that what you will. Was I just talking about Lucci? He's right behind me, isn't he? Okay, so they chose to go second. I'm going first, and you guys can see I got a hell of a hand. And I'm going to go ahead and grab Brook, yeah. Got a hell of a hand. And I'm going to go ahead and swing 6 there. I'm going to go ahead and Zoro next. Now, believe it or not, like I said, Lucci, I'm not as scared of Lucci as I am Smoker, believe it or not. That sounds so weird. Like, why? Lucci can get pop 2 characters at once. It can pop characters. It does everything better. But for some reason, that Smoker Navy package is just really tough because I think it's just because the Ice Ages are searchable. There's just a lot. There's some more consistency with your removal, and we're playing one big piece at a time. So Lucci being able to get rid of 2 medium-sized or lower pieces, and the occasional big and small piece, you know what I'm saying? It's not as big. And if they bottom deck their Ice Ages, then that's really big city hooping. But so anyways, right now, we really don't have an option. I could just play that out, yeah. I can play that out, yeah. And I really hate to see Shanks go into the bottom. That really fucking sucks. But we're going to swing 5, and then we're going to swing 7. So we swing 7 at them, and what are they going to do with that? They go down to 2 life. Now, that's not a bad thing. I'm not tripping. If I'm at Lucci and I got 2 life, and I got fucking 30 cards in hand, I'm not worried. I'm about to start cooking. You know what I mean? Like, Lucci hasn't even started cooking yet. So they got 6 Dawn. Now, them playing a Khalifa out on their second turn, that doesn't mean ring the alarms. That doesn't mean anything bad. But if they played a Khalifa out on turn 3, oh, they're taking a shit. Their deck just took a shit on them. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason for me to go down. I would have also been open to taking it just because I really need a big. But doing this shit right here, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that at all. No, I wouldn't have done that at all. It almost makes me even wonder if I should play Ben Beckman to put him in the trash. But I do want to have... oh, we're swinging 9. Yeah, we're trying to get him out of here. Their trash is so minimal right now that they can't do any significant play with a Gecko. And I kind of wonder on their end where this all went wrong. I really do. Because even... So I know they went second. And I know they played Khalifa. And I always choose to go first in this matchup and every matchup with Lucci. I'm typically choosing to go first. But, so they got to swing once. And with Khalifa, that put 4 cards in their trash. So they were barely building up their trash. And they were still doing it fast, thanks to Khalifa. But they didn't see their Jean-Claude Spandams. So I think that was an issue for them. And, yeah, not seeing your Spandams if you're going second is tough because you're really not building up that trash at all. And of course, Spandam can build your trash while finding your Tempest. They swing 5 and they put a Gecko in trash. If they don't have a Gecko to play, then this game is really tough. I don't even know why I showed this game then. Okay, so what do we got? A jack action? They're gonna jack me off in front of everybody? I'm getting jacked off in front of everybody. You know what? That's not a bad play. That's not a bad play. Not a bad play at all. I guarantee they wish they would have, like, Ice Aged and then did Jack and then hopefully drew into that Gecko. But, I mean, if Gecko was the card that we saw, that means that one card went down before it. So they wouldn't have seen Gecko either way. Now I'm kind of back to, like, okay, well, what the hell do I do? I'm thinking, yeah, I could just swing 4 face. And that's 13 to the face. Will they go down to 0? I wish I would have swung with more because what the F am I going to do with 3 Dawn? But I leave 3 down up. So they're at 0. And if they trust their life to a Rebecca, I can play Usohachi, I can turn it sideways, and I can go for the game. So again, that's why it's so important to have your opponent at 0 life when you can. Now this does mean that they're going to swing Jack into us. And the thing about them playing a Gecko, and I knew they were going to play a Gecko, yeah, is that they can possibly find a 2K in trash. I don't know what the trash is looking like these days. We haven't checked on it, which is uncommon for me. But anyways, they play out Helmeppo. I wouldn't have done that. They draw Brook. Okay. What are they doing? They don't have enough for that. So they're going through all of that just to set up, just to make sure that they can like really. Oh, so they're going for the finish next turn. They're going for the finish, and I can't blame them for that. Like there's no way you're gonna long game me, I guess. You probably already have all the cards you want in your hand. Turn that sideways. I swing another 13 at them, and it's gonna get dicey. That's it. That's all they had. So the reason why I felt comfortable doing that, if we stop and look at it, I had 2, 4, 5, 8K encounter, and I would have got 9, and then I would have gotten 10. Now there's no way to know that, but so I could have taken a hit here. I could have taken a hit there, but the second you know, when it came down to these two, I would have been able to block out of them, or I would have been able to stay alive is what I feel like. So that's why I was okay doing that versus playing this out and trying to swing, or playing this out and trying to go up and down and play all those games. So that's why I went that. You still got to go for the kill. And look, they were going to play another Gecko. It was going to get dangerous for me if I didn't rush them down. So you have to rush them down. But I also had, I didn't even see that. I also had 10 drop Luffy coming off the rip. So anyhow, all right, gang. Last but definitely not least, we're talking about Hanky Panky con Senor Shanky. And they chose to go first. They chose this. So they're making me go second. And man, I love everything I see here. But I really wish I would have saw like a ramp. And when I do this, let me tell you, I do not feel good whatsoever. I'm like, oh man, that's terrible. I had Shanks on 10 to play before their Shanks no matter what, and I blew it. So like looking back, I would have definitely, look, I'm turning my screen around, I'm discombobulated. I would have definitely kept that hand. Definitely kept that hand looking back. Yeah, you can keep shaking the screen, dog. It ain't gonna change nothing. Anyhow, so yes, we do this, and we just pass it right on back. They're gonna swing. Yeah, they're probably gonna swing 8 at me, and I'll gladly take it. Hopefully, hoping to see something. They play Hongo Mongo. All right, so there I just grab a Gum Giant, swing 9, call it a day. But man, seeing Hongo Jerry out here really sucks for me, because it's like, dang, dude. So when I play these other cards, they're just gonna get minused and removed. Ah, that kind of sucks. You know what I mean? So I'm at 6 Dawn. I can play this out. Yeah. Play that out. Make me 7. Make me 8. Swing there. Now they got to give me, they can minus me down, but it's still 2 over. And so far we are fulfilling our agenda. We're putting that pressure. But we did get them to get rid of a Red Hawk. I guess they already had 2 Dawn up, so why not? But they got rid of a Nami. That's fine. I'll get rid of a Nami all day for Red Hawk. Yeah, we don't want to go down to freaking 1 life just yet, believe it or not. They play another Hongo, and I'm like, oh shit. Don't want to play Kid, because Hongo's gonna get rid of him with the swiftness. And so now we're just gonna go ahead and swing 6 and then swing 7. Now check this out, guys. Real quick temperature check. We've got 3 Gum Giants in hand. That's amazing. Now, what these Gum Giants are going to also help us do is, should we use them, and I believe we might pretty soon, they're going to help us find what we need. So that's another cool thing. We're going to cycle and we're going to find what we need. Now, yeah, popping that, bringing him down to 3. Man, that's rough. That is rough. So our whole field is gone. Um, on the plus side, they did turn their Hongo Jerry sideways. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I need to swing into that. I need to swing into that. We get rid of Hongo Jerry. I got 3 Dawn up for 3 Gum Gum Giants. Don't need that many. But we're gonna see what happens. Now, I don't see them being able to get rid of this one. So they do swing there, and I'm like, damn, do I take? I could take. Or I can get rid of a 2K. I decided to get rid of a 2K, and we're at 8 Dawn. And it looks like they are going to get rid of Captain Kidd. We are officially being high rolled by Shanks right now. High rolled by Shanks. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? This is the high rolling Shankist getting shanked ever. So I'm realizing, oh wait, no, I need to put a Dawn on him just to swing perfect over him. So them's are the breaks there. Now I swing 6. Okay, we're looking a little bit better now. Not crazy. Would love to have seen another big in my hand right now, right? But they're gonna swing 8 there. I can't afford to go down to 1 life. I think I can Gatling and put Brook in there. Bond Clay, excuse me. Yeah, Gatling the Bond Clay. Okay, so now Dragon swinging. Okay, so now we got to start to weigh out. We don't want to go down to 1 life, but we don't want Dragon to be able to swing into our leader like our Luffy like that. So with this, I can definitely Gum Gum Giant. There we go, and draw 2 more. Now we got a Shanks. Now we're cooking with grease. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so now the downside to playing out Shanks is, of course, that I will not have the ability to Gum Gum Giant, but I do have 4K encounter to protect everything. So the highest threat is Dragon, and we're swinging into that. They can fairly easily get past it if they have any sort of counter. And they've got the Red Hawk. So they use their second Red Hawk. And now it's time to swing into that Dragon. Make sure Dragon goes away. And now I swing into the leader. And we'll see. We got him down to 2. We got him down to 2. Okay, cool. So now what happens is if they're at 10 Dawn and they play out their 10 call Shanks in an effort to swing into mine, 1, it's 11 to 11. So they're not going to do that. And 2, I got all the counter in the world. So swinging 7 and the 6 is not bad. I'm actually inclined to take this though. And the reason I'm down to take it is because I don't want to take away counter from my bigs. Here comes their second Dragon. No Shanks yet. So I thought they were high rolling, but no Shanks. I know they've got a Dragon swing after this. So I'm going to do that. And I got a 2K. Their Dragon's at 8. The most it can go to is 10. And they put me in a position. I got to take it. I got to take the hit now. Okay. So we're do or die time, gang. It's do or die. What are my options? I can go for field. I can go for face. I can also develop Luffy. Or I can play out an Onami. And see if maybe if they don't have a Goldie Roger, then Nami gets to block, and there's all that jazz music. But I don't want to take 3 hits. I can tell you that much right meow. So yeah, this is a definite big thing. This is a big thing. Comment down below what you would be doing at this timestamp. So I swing. I'm just gonna go ahead and swing there. I elect to get rid of the threats. And that's what I'm doing. So, okay, so we're going to swing 11 there now. Okay. And now I can set up a blocker with Onami, and I can swing big, or I can play out my Luffy. Now, real quick, I would like to, today, I think I would like to play out Luffy and swing with my leader, swing with my Luffy. I would have still gotten a Dawn back to have Gum Giant this, and then so that'd be 4, 6, 7, 8 encounter. I would have 8k encounter plus of course drawing 2 cards. So and I would have drawn another card, and you know, so I don't know what I do, but that's what me today is thinking I should do. So let's see what I do. The other option is to play Onami out, of course, and kind of go for control. Get rid of this card, draw 2 cards, still have plenty of Dawn to both. I'm going for that. So I'm going to swing 9 at him, and I do that. Okay, cool. And all right. Can't hate. Now, and this is cool because I got a blocker. I got a Gum Giant. I got some counter. There we go. Right on fucking time. Fortunately for us, we already have it in our hands. We already have it in our hands. And I think that's going to be the ball game. Yeah. That was very eventful. No Shanks. No Shanks whatsoever that game. How unfortunate. I'm scrolling through the list. Okay, they did have a Shanks. Anyways, that was pretty cray. And I think I would have had it. So if they're swinging 12, yeah, if they're swinging 12, I would have had it because I would have had 10, 12, 13. Yeah, I should have did that, and I could have swung with Luffy, and then what would have my next card been? Oh well, I guess whatever I drew would have been one of these 1Ks. So I would have been fine. But anyhow, that's how the cookie crumbled, and we got us another one, man. So those are the games. This concludes the games for right now. Let's go ahead and take it over to the gist of the list. All right, gang, you made it. That was us just taking RP Luffy out on the town and painting that town red and purple. So what I did there. Anyways, this is my list right now. I'm really liking it. Cards that aren't showing up as often, and I don't know that they're as warranted / needed. I know I just played Onami, but I think Onami isn't needed. Understand that you have to have 8 or more Dawn to play the card to get its value, right? And also that it gets popped by everything. I mean, the Black Yellow Luffy matchup, that's exactly what they want to see as a 4-drop. Yeah, I mean, just in general, it's cool when you can get away with it. And there are times where, because it is a 4 cost, I can play Kid, use an ability, get a Dawn back, and then play Onami, and then draw 2 cards. So I can get an 11 Dawn play there, you know, at 10 Dawn, which is cool. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Against the different matches, I think I might want to get rid of Onami moving forward. It might look like this. Get rid of Onami and do one more Queen and then one more Beckman. Yeah, one more Beckman, just because of what they do with the popping and everything like that. So I think I'm saying Shanks enough. I don't think I need to run 4. Some lists do run 4. Big Luffy probably doesn't come up at all. So you know, that could be something I think about, and not needing 2 whole cards is crazy, because I could get rid of Luffy and put 2 more here. You know what I mean? So I do feel like, in my testing at least, off of these games, Luffy has come up and Luffy has saved the day here and there. So maybe a 1 of, and then, you know, put this here, or maybe 4 here, and then maybe 1 more here, you know. So who knows? But yeah, I've just been done dirty by Big Luffy. So that's why I wanted to have him there. But anyways, gang, thems are the breaks. This is the list. Maybe I get another Kid. Maybe I get rid of 2 of these. I go up a Kid, and because this is also a 10 Dawn play. This is also once you've already got all your play, right? I really like this card too. This card is nuts. But anyways, we're getting into some more theory crafting. But yeah, so this list might change by the time I get to the next treasure cup. But that will do it. Again, if you guys been enjoying the jams, follow the link in the description to my Spotify or any, it's a hyperlink, so wherever you listen to music, you'll be able to check that out. That will do it for this one. Oh yeah, and you know, let me know down below what day you think I should live stream, and we'll do a little bus and box opens and have some fun. So anywho, this has been Marauder Music with 3-piece TCG. Big TCG. Smash that like button, finger pop the subscribe, turn on the bell, go down in the comments, let me know what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, what would you be doing differently, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Flows like a faucet, swag dripping like a faucet. Dooney fixing, got Luffy ambition, king of the rappers, the mission. I see they got the lights, camera, but no action. They actually fiction.